What's up everybody, my name's Dan and welcome to The Vault. The film I will be reviewing today is the swinging 60s drama Hidden Figures, starring Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer and Janelle Monáe, and directed by Theodore Melfi. Hidden Figures tells the story of three incredibly intelligent African-American women who work for NASA during the American-Soviet space race. While making sure the rockets go up and stay up, they also have to deal with the racism and sexism that was so prevalent back then. And for this, I feel this film comes at the perfect time, what with the tensions between races and sexes at the moment currently. The racial undertones are constantly streaming throughout this film. Now, I say undertones because whilst the film focuses on the space race itself, the racism is kind of like a beast that's in the back of every single shot. Some of the racism borders on darkly comical, i.e. with one of the characters being rudely mistaken for a custodial worker. However, there is a serious tone that comes with it. And we are reminded how intolerant it was back then, with the same character having to run for over a mile to use a coloured ladies' bathroom. It's really quite saddening. There are many moments like this in the film. Taraji P. Henson gives an absolutely stellar performance, playing the oppressed Catherine, who can't even walk into a room without being looked at like a pariah. There's one point where she completely loses it, not being able to bear the stigma and the injustice of it anymore. Also, credit to Miss Henson for running around in heels for the majority of this film, which looked really tiring and uncomfortable. Her two co-stars do a great job. Octavia Spencer's character as the matron, with whom the rest of the girls can turn to and rally around. And then there's Janelle Then there's Janelle Monáe's character, a confident engineer who proves that women can build rocket ships just as well as any man can. These three actresses offer up such a chemistry with one another. They are each a rock for the other to lean on. They are just characters trying to do the best of what they have despite their circumstances. These are strong women who persevere through all the hate and the bigotry, and this adds such a sweetness to them. And because of this, we connect with them on a much more personal level, so much so that there's a feeling of triumph when they succeed, but also a feeling of anger when they're treated unequally or unfairly. The sobering truth is that none of this would have been possible, or at least not for a few years than when it actually occurred, if not for these extraordinary women. This film just shows that a person's race, sex or creed is no indication of their intelligence. These women are next level genius. 100% of the maths equations and science that they were doing, I would have no hope in hell of ever getting my head around. I'm a complete and total dumbass. The supporting cast is also great. Kevin Costner plays the gruff Al Harrison. He's having a real Costner-sance. Whatever, Kevin Costner is really killing it at the moment. He plays a man who doesn't see the colour of someone's skin. He's just a man who is striving towards a goal. And isn't that what we're all trying to do? Aren't we all just trying to strive towards something better? Jim Parsons basically plays Sheldon Cooper, who works at NASA. I'm not mad though, I love me some Sheldon. The music was dramatic and serious when it had to be, but also slick and smooth when it had to be. This film really appealed to me when I saw the trailer, because history is my second greatest passion. And I loved that they focused on such a key moment in human history, and that along with the Cold War and the Civil Rights Movement gathering momentum in the background of this film was such a lovely juxtaposition to watch. I really adored this film. The smaller commentary of the racial issues I felt was far more overshadowed by the film's overall message, which is that if we just work together, set aside our differences and stop seeing each other as different, then we can go to the freaking moon, which I think is bloody beautiful. But as always, let's go to the blackboard and see if Hidden Figures belongs in the vault. The pap.
Anyway.
What's up guys, welcome back to the blackboard. It joins us here after being struck by lightning and being the fastest man alive. We still do not have any chalk, so again, please guys, imaginations. Today we will be seeing if Hidden Figures belongs in the vault. Question number 1. Was the film entertaining? Was I bored at any point whilst watching it? I have to say, I was not bored at any point whilst watching it. History is a second love of mine, so be able to see how it was for these people and how things went about during the space race was a really nice thing for me as a massive history nerd to see. So for that, I'm going to give that a tick. Such a neglect. Okay, try again. Question number 2. How was the direction, music, etc.? Did it make the viewing experience any better? As I already said, the music was serious when it needed to be, light-hearted when it needed to be, and I feel like the direction was great. It didn't push anything too strongly in our faces. It let us see as an audience what these poor women had to deal with back then during the space race, and I felt that was a really nice touch, a really nice little add-on to the film. Whilst making it primarily about the space race, there was still that undertone of the racial and sexist issues that they had to face, which kept you grounded as an audience in their experiences. So for that, I'm going to give it a tick. Question number 3. Did the film elicit an emotional response? Did I empathise with the characters? 100% yes. Even though I'm not a black woman, I still sat there and I still felt these women and their struggle of what they had to put up with. But I also empathised with them when they would succeed and when they would accomplish something. So for that, I'm going to give it a tick. Question number 4. Is this film worth price of admission? 100% it is. Out of all the Oscar-nominated films that have come out earlier this year, this one is definitely worth the watch. If you don't have a chance to go watch it, watch it in the cinemas, definitely spend the money to live stream it at home or get it on DVD. Also, if you're a massive history nerd like I am, you'll really enjoy seeing how this scenario played out and how this historical moment played out for these women and just for humanity in general. So yes, it's definitely worth price of admission, so for that I'm going to give it a tick. And finally, question number 5. Would I suggest this film to my friends and you lovely subscribers? I would definitely suggest that you go and watch this film, especially, again, if you are an avid fan of history and seeing how these kind of events played out. However, I do understand that this kind of film isn't up to everyone's tastes. So I would only suggest this film to people that I know would get some enjoyment out of it. So for that reason, I'm probably going to give that one a cross, purely because this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. People are going to want a different viewing experience, and that's perfectly okay. But for the people that do want to see this film, then yes, I would definitely suggest you go and watch it. So there you have it, guys. It looks like Hidden Figures is going to be going into the vault. And if you like what I'm doing here, guys, you like what you're seeing, you're excited for things to come, please like and subscribe down below. And until the next video, peace and love, my dudes.